Hi, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in. We are just going to wait for some more people to join and get this thing going tonight. All right. In just a bit, we are going to do our countdown and then we are going to get started. All right. All right. Let's get rolling. All right, all right. Hello again. Hi, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Erica Lynette, the Alignment Activator, and I am the founder and CEO of Divignment, which stands for Divine Alignment. I am so excited to be doing this live this evening, and I appreciate you for joining me live as we really take an authentic look at who we are and who God is designing us to be in Him. And so, this is a brand new series that I was really led to create. It's called In the Making because really and truly everything that we're experiencing, any setbacks, challenges, circumstances, blessings, even, all of those things are really developing us for who we are, called to be, our divine purpose. And so for the next 8 weeks, this is week 1. For the next several weeks, we're going to focus on a different theme, whether it's identity, mindset, peace, joy, all of those things. But to kick it off, I thought it was more appropriate to focus on alignment as a whole because, at the heart of it, alignment is so critical. It affects everything. It affects our thoughts, our behaviors, our words, our actions. And so I wanted to really make sure we had a good understanding of what alignment was and its role. And so I thought it might help just to start off by sharing a bit of my personal story of what alignment in the making looked like for me. And so, really and truly, we all experience storms in our lives. Some are definitely more memorable than others. And for me, with my journey, I feel like I experienced a thunderstorm, a tornado, a hurricane, an earthquake, and a monsoon all in one. I mean, it's like really, I just got hit with everything. And in the midst of it all, I felt so consumed by the storm itself. I couldn't even recognize the fact that I was going through a major life shift. And now when I look back, it's more so a purposeful pivot, and that's how I view it now. And there were really 4 stages that I went through. It was the calm, the collapse, the clash, and then the comeback. So when I think about the calm, that was when things were going great. I was living my best life. I was enjoying life as a mom, a wife, really just kind of living the dream, really just enjoying life. I had a great job. I was a communications leader with one of the largest healthcare systems here in the country. And things were going well. Our family felt complete. We had just purchased our brand new home, and this was the first home that we had bought together as a family. We were just living the dream, so to speak. Well, then 4 months after moving into our home, one day in 2019, I received some devastating news, and it really just hit me like a ton of bricks. And that news led me to file for divorce ultimately. And so, I was faced with this decision, do I stay or do I file for divorce and leave? And so that's what I decided to do. I left. And so, suddenly I became a single mom overnight. And as if that wasn't enough, life changing enough, after I filed for divorce, 2 weeks later, literally 2 weeks to the day that I filed for divorce, I lost my job with the organization that I had been with for 15 years. So you talk about being out of alignment. I had filed for divorce. I became a single mom of a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. And then I lost my corporate job. seems like a lot, right? It was beyond a lot. I mean, it was more than I could even think of at the time. And so that's really when I started experiencing the third level of my journey, which was the clash. That's when I was at my lowest. I had never experienced anything like that at all in my life. Um, I was having feelings of abandonment. I was getting criticized by those closest to me, primarily family. But then there were some friends that started getting missing as well. And so I was starting to have feelings of brokenness and self doubt and comparison and just feeling like I had lost myself. And, it's so interesting because although these things, started surfacing during my divorce, I started going to therapy, which I highly recommend. I know that's not, popular in our community, but it's vital. I started going to therapy and doing internal work, and that's when I realized that all of these battles that I was dealing with, they were just, the result of what I had not dealt with from my childhood. And so that's one thing I've come to realize when it comes to alignment. In order to get to your next, you have to deal with your now and your past head on. We can't expect to get to greater by minimizing things, by dismissing things, by overlooking things. We have to get to the root of it all. That's when we get to experience true alignment. And that really begins with taking an honest look, at our situation. What did we experience? How did it impact us? How does it still impact us potentially? How did we contribute to it? And then most importantly, what lesson can we learn from it? Because, I think a misconception is that alignment is about being perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about being in tune with God's plan for your life. And so that's when I started getting it. And that's when I started experiencing the comeback and really just walking in authority in that space. And so during my personal comeback journey, which is still continuing, I started learning how to navigate life as a divorced single mom. And that's how this whole platform came about, Divignment. It's all about me committing to help others experience God's divine alignment in their lives. And when I tell you, I was not trying to do this, this was not in my plans, so to speak. Believe me, I was not. Sharing my experience was not something I was trying to do. I was hurting and I was just trying to stay above water for me and my boys. And I'm pretty private, so I wasn't trying to share anything. But, that's another thing about alignment, because it's interesting. Sometimes we have to be broken in order to get to our breakthrough. And a lot of times we get very comfortable, and it's almost like God has to sometimes do, something drastic, give us this drastic blow to help propel us into our purpose. And so really, again, it's all about having a really foundational relationship with God. And that's what Divinement is about. It's about being aligned with his plan for your life. It's about totally surrendering your will for his. And that's something I still struggle with. A lot of us, quite frankly, we do, because we like to have control and be in control. And then thirdly, it's about, having complete confidence that he is shaping every single experience for your good and for his glory. And so that means, like, when even things don't seem like they're going according to our plans, we still have full trust and confidence in him that he's going to do what's best for us. And so when we're on the alignment journey his way, we can't lose. We can't lose because it's not a race, it's definitely a lifelong journey. And again, it's not about perfection. Perfection is not even attainable. It's impossible, because if we were perfect, think about it, we wouldn't even need God. But he designed us out of love so that we would be designed for the purpose of having a relationship with him. So it only makes sense that we remain aligned with the true source so that we can live on purpose with purpose, and so that our lives can have an impact instead of just making an impression. So it's about purpose and impact. That's all that alignment in the making is about. And so, really and truly, I hope this chat encourages you in a few ways. First and foremost, I hope you know that if you are going through a tough season, you're not alone. Being out of alignment can feel like a lonely place. I know. I've been there. I totally get it. Totally get it. But feeling lonely and being alone are two totally different things, because God tells us in his word that we are never alone and that he will never leave us or forsake us. And then secondly, also remember that your story is your story. Don't let anyone minimize your experience. It's yours for a reason. It's valid, it's valuable, and you don't have to be ashamed about it, because really and truly, your story is going to bless someone. and they're going to look and see and say, look, she went through this and she made it through. I can do that too. So, just take courage in knowing that there's power behind your story. So I look forward to our next In the Making chat. Please be sure to follow our new Facebook page, Divignment. Follow us on social so you don't miss out on the great things that we're going to be launching in this new community. I really appreciate you so much for joining me this evening. Life may, feel kind of off in this season, but just know that you are still in the making and that alignment in the making is happening for you even now. So take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.